UFC bet with me. Who's ready to bet on UFC? Me, that's who. Millz Young here, MMA Locker Room, part of Pick Dawgz, and I'm going to be going over this week's UFC 310 pay-per-view card, headlined by Alexander Pantoja taking on Asakura. And hey man, we got a lot of fights to talk about on there, so we're going to go ahead and give you guys our best predictions on all of the fights. And hey man, at the end of this video, I'm going to give you guys my parlay, and hey, try to give you guys the best ways to bet these fights. Some of these fights, you're going to have to look at the value on both sides and say, hey, am I just going to pick the fighter to win, or am I going to bet the fighter with the better odds? And in this breakdown, I'm going to let you know on some of them if, you know, the price is right on them or if I think the price is wrong. But either way it go, let's get it started, man. Welcome to the UFC Bet With Me series. First fight of the night, we got Nzechukwu taking on Brzeski. All right, man, Nzechukwu, big favorite in there. Minus 500 on the books. This one's going to be at a bigger weight class. Heavyweight now. He's stepping up to this weight class. But Brzeski, he's nothing that the UFC likes. He's 1-4, I think, in the promotion. And he's a fighter that just gets fed to the opponent. And this one, it's another thing. Nzechukwu, he was supposed to be taking on somebody else, I want to say. Or Brzeski was. And this fight just came together on short notice. The point of the story is this. Nzechukwu let down everybody in his last fight out against Always St. Peru. And as a big favorite, you sometimes can't trust people to win. But in this one, I think the favorite is warranted. I don't like that price tag, but I do think Nzechukwu should be able to get the job done in here. Brzeski is not a fighter that impresses me in the UFC at all. Second fight taking place, man. You guys remember Guida? All right. I do. 38-24. That's his record. He's taking on Chase Hooper in this one. The young guy. 14-3-1. But check this out. Chase Hooper is the big favorite. Minus 1,200. More than some people pay for their rent. You know? So yeah. Minus 1,200 on the books, Chase Hooper is. He looked good in his last fight out. He was taking on Vitaly Bolshov, and he was able to get that Slavakov. He was able to get that win, dropped him with the right hand, then followed him up and choked him out. We had him in that spot, and we had him to win inside the distance. And this one, though, the Guida that we see in the UFC nowadays is not the same Guida that used to hop around in the cage about 8 to 10 years ago. In this one, though, that price tag is nothing that I can get behind and tell you guys, hey, go to the window and parlay this, and, you know, this is going to add some more money onto you, to your likings. If you guys are looking for a way to play this fight, you got to play Chase Hooper to win probably by a specific method. So in this one, I do like him to win inside the distance. Guida really hasn't been finished, but then again, you know, he's that guy that he can go at any time. So in this one, I got to go with Chase Hooper to get the job done, okay? All right, man. But I'm telling you guys right now, man, this is not a fight that I think anybody should be kind of taken too lightly. Because, I mean, Guida is a veteran. And I do think Guida could maybe even win a round in some of these judges' eyes. Because we didn't see some stuff go around. And, you know, bad decisions. So, yeah, if this goes to the scorecard, man, and if a judge reads out, you know, a split decision, I won't be surprised. But the pick is going to be Chase Hooper this time. Next fight taking place, we got two veterans stepping up, man. We got Max Griffin taking on Michael Chiesa in the welterweight division. Line flip, line switch. Max Griffin opened up like minus 150 on the books. Now he's all the way down to a pick'em at a minus 110. Michael Chiesa, you know, he's making his way back into the cage because his last fight out, he was able to get the win against Tony Ferguson. But before that, he's just been doing the commentating thing and, you know, the MMA analysis for him on the TV screen. I actually think Max Griffin should be able to get this fight. I actually think Michael Chiesa does have a path to victory if he's able to get Max Griffin down to the ground and, you know, maybe submit him or maybe win by ground and pound. But on the feet, Max Griffin he's technically sound, man. He has a nice job, nice cross, puts volume in the air, nice takedown defense, fight IQ smart, likes to move around the cage, correct. I got Max Griffin 100% in this spot. I'm so glad I waited, man, because that minus 150 price tag, I knew there was going to be some people out there betting on Michael Chiesa. And oh boy, I waited. It dropped down to minus 130. I still knew not to hop in. Got to minus 120. I still look like, hey, I might be able to get him as an underdog by the time the fight start, man. So give me Max Griffin and get the job done in here. And I wouldn't be surprised, man. Max Griffin might even get the finish in this one. Yeah, let's go ahead. Bring the pain, Max Griffin. Let's get it. Next fight taking place. We got Joshua Van taking on Cody Durden. Joshua Van opened up like a minus 160. Money came in on the Durden side. Now he's down to like minus 140 on some books out there. Man, I like this fight a lot. Joshua Van is an explosive striker. Clean technique. Likes to put up so much volume when he steps up in that cage. He's taking on a fighter, though, that's a game fighter. Cody Durden, good at wrestling. Good at striking now. You know, he wasn't a good striker before, but now he improved a lot. And, you know, he's training with those guys at American Top Team. Man, I think Cody Durden's the spot in here. Joshua Van, his last fight out, he was taking on Charles Johnson, and he got KO'd in that fight. Okay, Joshua Van, I do think he struggles with the takedown defense. And I think Cody Durden can push out pace on there. But this is the thing. It does strike me a little bit to where if Joshua Van is able to keep this on the feet, the amount of volume that he's going to be able to add up as this fight goes is going to be a little bit too much for Cody Durden. I do see why Joshua Van's the favorite. I don't think that he should be this big of a favorite. I think maybe minus 140 should have opened that, you know, and stayed around. But I like the upside of Cody Durden here. Cody Durden looked good in his last fight out until he just got caught and got put out. And with Cody Durden, both these guys are good, man. This is a fight, man. This is a good one, man. I'll be honest, man. A lot of these fights on this card is going to be good fights to watch. So make sure you guys tune in. I'm going with the dog. Give me Cody Durden to win, though. Next fight taking place. Eric Anders taking on Chris Weidman. Two veterans in the sport. Both these guys were supposed to fight, the last UFC pay-per-view event. And they had to pull out. Well, Eric Anders did because he got food poisoning. And Eric Anders was the big favorite, minus 160. He came all the way down to a minus 110. Opened up this time, minus 120. That's where the line stands in this one. I think the line's going to flip. I think Chris Weidman is going to be probably the favorite by the time the fight starts. I like Eric Anders in here, same way I did in the first fight. I think Eric Anders can put together a game plan to keep this on the feet, be the more explosive guy, land the more harder strikes, and I think he could maybe even mix down a few takedowns of himself. Yes, Chris Weidman is an accredited wrestler that's going to go for the takedowns, relentless, but I don't think that he has that finish ability that Eric Anders has. And, you know, I think right now, in this, if my eyes don't deceive me, the way I've been seeing these two fighters as of late, I see one fighter that, you know, can at least go out there and strike and wants to finish people. And I see another fighter that just really hasn't been looking that durable in his last couple of fights out. The pick is Eric Anders. I like him in this one. Your boy's going to get the job done. All right, man. Next fight taking place, man. We got another good one. This is probably potential fight of the night. We got Bryan Battle. 11-2 taking on Randy Brown. Man, Bryan Battle is on a tear right now. I mean, he has like damn near perfect finish ability, man. Came out on the Ultimate Fighter. He's opened up, on here? Minus 230 favorite. Running through all of his opponents. The only guy that he has a loss to is Renat Fakhretdinov. And that was because he took him down to the ground and kept Bryan Battle down to the ground. Randy Brown is not going to do that. These are two talented strikers. Both of these guys have length and reach for the division. And they like to strike. They like to throw kicks. They like to throw jabs. And I think it's going to be a real explosive fight. I like Bryan Battle in this one. Randy Brown is one of the better fighters in the division. And he's been on a tear too. 3-fight win streak with wins on Muslim Solokhov to highlight it. He's going to be the taller fighter, Randy Brown is. I think that the line should come down, hopefully, on Bryan Battle, and maybe we could get him under that 200 price tag. I don't think that he should have opened up way as high as he did. Just coming off of it, Bryan Battle looked good in his last fight. We had him against Kevin Jousset. Now he's opening up as a way bigger favorite against Randy Brown, and Kevin Jousset is nowhere near Randy Brown. So I don't think that price is right on Bryan Battle to be at minus 230. I think he should come down to at least minus 190. You know, even at that minus 180 is real more for my liking. So in this one, I will be looking to parlay Bryan Battle for sure. I just got to find another leg. All right, next fight taking place. Aljamain Sterling taking on Muslim. Oh man, Mavzar Evloev. Bro, y'all ain't getting me again. I know this guy. Man, Muzvar Evloev, man. Oh my gosh, 18-0. Nobody wants to fight this guy. Everybody's turned him down, except for Aljamain Sterling. He stepped up to this weight class. These guys were supposed to fight about 3-4 months ago. Something happened in the fight, got rebooked, got put together on this card. Wrestler versus wrestler, grappler versus grappler. I think Aljamain Sterling is getting disrespected on this line. Former bantamweight champion that defended his belt on multiple times and really only lost to Sean O'Malley as of late. And to me, that was like a quick stoppage too. And it looked like he didn't even want to really be in the fight no more. Didn't even care about the belt. Let him want to move on or something. But with all that being said, man, I think Aljamain is getting disrespected in here. I think the line's way off in here. Muzvar Evloev, I think he's the all-complete guy that you like betting on, because I bet on him every single time that he fight. He ain't never lost for me in there. But at this price tag and the ability of grappler versus grappler, and if it's on the feet, Aljamain, he is going to give him a little bit more strikes and volume. You know, he throws stuff from weird angles in here. Second fight in this new weight class. Okay. Alright, man, I'm telling you like this. The pick is Evloev. I'm probably going to be betting on Aljamain Sterling. Matter of fact, I know I am probably. Yeah, so, like, that's the thing. Like, you guys got to understand. Like, I think Evloev is going to win because I do favor the fighters that's fighting in that original weight class, which he's in. He's a mainstay. Aljamain Sterling is only second fight in this weight class. You know, and that was one thing that he had that great advantage of at bantamweight, is being that size and everything. So, I mean, the pick is Evloev, but me, I like the dog price and everything in here, and I think the price is wrong. And I'm probably going to be getting to the window with Aljamain Sterling in there. Funkmaster Flex, man. I seen him. That's the thing on this, man. I didn't see Aljamain Sterling beat so many fighters and fight so many fighters. And I haven't really seen him lost to too many. In my eyes, I think I've seen him lost to Cody Stamen and Sugar Sean O'Malley, I want to say. But, like, this guy is good, man. His fight IQ is there. His fight resume is there. That's why I can't, man. But then again, it's like I can't stop in front of Evloev. Like, he's that unstoppable force, too. You know, I haven't seen anybody slow him down either as well, you know. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing with that fight, man. Let me know what you guys are doing with that one, man. If you guys are taking Aljamain Sterling at that plus money, or y'all think Evloev gets it done. All right, next fight taking place. Themba Gorimbo taking on Vicente Luque. All right, this fight just got put together on short notice. Themba Gorimbo stepping up because he was supposed to be, Vicente Luque was supposed to be taking on Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz pulled out because he was doing some crazy stuff out there on the internet. Themba Gorimbo opened up a -190, -200 favorite. Money's coming in on Vicente Luque. He's down to like a -150 on some books out there. Vicente Luque is going to have the better off fight experience, better off fighting skills, better off finish ability, better off fight resume. I mean, when you think about it, I think he's overall better in everywhere, right? Yes, he is. But he's the underdog in here. Why? Because in his last fight out, he took on Joaquin Buckley and he got finished. Didn't look good. Didn't look like he wanted to be there. We had Joaquin Buckley in that spot. And this one started off. I'm on Themba Gorimbo, right? Because I've been making money with him. And I'm thinking, like, you know, Vicente Luque is not going to look good. And he's going to come out. You know, he hasn't been looking good as of late, right? But then I remember, I think I went against Vicente Luque too way earlier on. And I was like, oh, wow, he looked good. He looked good. It's one of those things to where I'm already in, man. I'm on Themba Gorimbo. But as the time went, you know, and I already did it. I hopped on early, but I wish I would have waited. That line came down, and then also just doing more and more digging in. I think Vicente Luque is the overall better fighter. Themba Gorimbo was getting better. He can overall. I like Themba Gorimbo's fight IQ. He doesn't care if the crowd's booing him or how. He's going to win the fight. Meaning this, if your opponent has a weakness and if he knows that, you know, you can't stop the takedowns with wrestling, he's going to go for the wrestling and shoot up the takedowns to go for him. He's not going to keep it on the feet. If he knows that you can't block on the feet, you can't block a jab or something, he's going to set up the hands, you know, and keep it on the feet, you know, and as long as, you know, like to say, if he's going up against a talented wrestler, if he can stuff down the takedowns, he's just going to worry about stuffing down the takedowns and, you know, win that way. That's what made me make that pick. But overall, man, my pick is Thimba Gorimbo. But yeah, the price was off, and the price was definitely off on there. That's why the price came down now. But let's go, Gorimbo. Let's get it done, man. I think he still gets the job done. All right, yeah. When it's all said and done, man, I still think. I mean, bro, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Just yeah, I still think he can get it done. But I wouldn't be surprised, man, Vicente Luque, we didn't see him fight the who's too. Next fight, Dominic Reyes taking on Anthony Smith. Dominic Reyes is a big favorite in this spot, taking on Anthony Smith. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Point blank period, man. All right. They did it on the, man, I just can't, man. He came out a big underdog against Dustin Jacoby and won, right? Yes, he did. Now he's a big favorite against Anthony Smith. I don't want no part of it. The pick's going to be Dominic Reyes. I was a big fan of this guy. I thought that was the guy that, you know, I seen him come up from LFA, you know, and everything. So I'm a big fan of this guy. I like his fight skills, but betting him at this price tag, not in this community. Can't see it. Got to show me more. Anthony Smith, underdog. I can never just take that dog money on Anthony Smith. But he's a company man, so if this goes to the scorecards in decision, listen to me. They giving it to Anthony Smith. I don't care. If this goes to the scorecards in decision, Dominic Reyes got 82 strikes. Anthony Smith like 54. Split decision. Anthony Smith, he's a company man. It is what it is. Next fight, fireworks happening, man. We got Nate Landwehr taking on Doo Ho Choi. Nate Landwehr, slight favorite on the books, minus 145. Doo Ho Choi, we made money with him last time. Big underdog for us. And this one is an underdog too. It's going to be a potential fight of the night. Striker versus striker on here. Doo Ho Choi is going to be the way more clean technical striker out there. You know, he likes to pump that jab out there. He has power behind his hands. Nate Landwehr goes by Nate the Train because he goes just like a locomotive. Choo, choo, choo. Gets it rolling, gets it steaming. I seen him fight his best fight out against David Onama. It was a war. Crazy, man. You know what you're going to get with Nate Landwehr in there. You know, he got a few submissions. He can mix in the wrestling, but he's going to stand up there and bang, man. He's going to tame the crowd. He's going to fight. He's going to give you guys a war. He's the fighter's fighter in there. And here I've been going back and forth. I started off on Doo Ho Choi. Man, I started thinking Nate Landwehr might just be the spot because he can overpower him or strengthen him a little bit and just kind of like man up on him, right? I'm back and forth, man. Damn, I shouldn't have did the prediction show this early. Not this early, but all right, man. So we're going with, man. We're going with Doo Ho Choi, man. Let's go, man. We're going with Doo Ho Choi, man. I'm going my first pick, my first gun. It is what it is. It's just a fight. Next fight taking place, man. Bryce Mitchell taking on Kron Gracie. Bryce Mitchell is a minus 800 favorite. He's taking on Kron Gracie. The pick, I think Bryce Mitchell wins. But I'm betting on Kron Gracie. The reason why, Bryce Mitchell goes for relentless takedowns and leaves his neck out there to be submitted at any given time. Kron Gracie is going to be looking for that. That this price tag that you're giving me, and Kron Gracie knows he's a jiu-jitsu specialist. Y'all know the last name. He has one way to win, and y'all know that what that is. Man, I wouldn't be surprised, but Bryce Mitchell is good. He's good, folks. He only got 2 losses. One to Illa Topuria and one to Josh Emmett. I was at the Illa Topuria fight. We had Illa Topuria in that one that night. But Bryce Mitchell is real good, man. But this is the thing. I haven't really seen him get better and improve on anything. And it's just like he's still just been winning the way that he can, Take you down, overpower you, you know, grown man strength. You know, he has a nice counter cross and everything like that. But besides that, I do think Bryce Mitchell's going to win. But minus 800? No, thank you, folks. No, thank you, man. I really do think Kron Gracie could get that submission out here, man. Look, and when 2 of these guys, they're both jiu-jitsu specialists. One of them got the last name of Gracie. I'm taking a shot on the dog, man. Like I said, the pick is Mitchell. I'm taking a little bet on Gracie though. Yeah, let's go. Next fight taking place. Gane taking on Alexander Volkov in a rematch. Gane -3-1 favorite on the books. Gane won the first time. I think he's gonna win in this time, but I don't like the price tag, and I think Volkov's getting better, man. He switched up his gym now. He's training out here in the States. And Gane's been taken down in multiple of his losses that he lost to. One by John Jones and one by Francis Ngannou. If Volkov want to make this easy, go out there and just try to take him down. But I think Gane's going to be a technical, clean guy out there, pumping those kicks out there. I do think Gane gets the job done. Let me know what y'all think, though, man. I wouldn't be surprised, man. It all depends on how Volkov comes out, man. If he comes out really trying to fight with that striking game plan, he's going to get lit up. But if he goes out there and tries to make this an MMA fight and clinch him up against the cage and mix in takedowns, we might see something. But I could just see Gane just pulling out the clinch real quick with something fast, finishing him. Next fight, co-main event. Ian Machado Garry taking on Shavkat Rakhmonov. Man, this is going to be a great fight, man. Two of the great fighters that I like betting on. Shavkat Rakhmonov is a -3-1 favorite on there. He's a guy that we always been betting on, betting him to win inside the distance. We never lost with him. Finish all of his opponents inside the distance. Ian Machado Garry, one of the guys that I really like betting on too. I know what I'm going to get with him. He's a clean striker up there. His fight IQ is good. And he doesn't care what the fans think when he's fighting inside the cage. He's going to win by any means necessary. He's confident. He's undefeated as well. Both these guys already trained together. When they trained together, it was said that Rakhmonov subbed him and choked him out. Being honest with you guys, man, I think Rakhmonov wins. But I'm betting on Ian Garry, man. I bet on both these guys, and I've never bet against them. So it's kind of hard for me. But at that 3-1 price tag, Rakhmonov, he's probably that against anybody damn near at this point, right? Ian Garry's taking this fight on short notice. But I do think there's a path to victory for Ian Garry, man. We've seen Rakhmonov go to like the second and third round a couple of times in his fights, right? And if Ian Garry can really just keep this up, but this is a 5-round fight. And that's the reason why I'm a little bit scared, because it's hard to keep Rakhmonov off you for 5 rounds, right? But, yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, man. Nah, man, let's go, man. He can't win. No, he can't. Fuck it, man. He can't. No, but I'm betting on him. But so I do think he can win. But the pick is still Rakhmonov, man. It's just the value, and it's just me taking. Some things I'll bet on, you know. Even if I do think, you know, it's just the numbers game. You guys know already, man. You got to cover all aspects of it. Co-main event was done. Main event time. Alexander Pantoja taking off Asakura. Asakura coming from the Rising promotion, okay? He's fought a couple of fighters out there that got fights, you know, with fighters that we all know about, like Manel Cape and Kerry Hiraguchi. And when he fought them, he came up short on the short end of the stick, okay? Got Kerry Hiraguchi and won. But then he lost to him, and then got lost to Manel Cape. He's taking this fight, and nobody knows who he is. But we do, the MMA fans. Alexander Pantoja, we don't need to say who he is. He's a -2-1 favorite on there. I think Alexander Pantoja is going to be, you know, one of the better fighters holding this belt for a long time. I think he gets it done in here. Asakura, in his last fight against Juan Archuleta, he was fighting out there reckless, abandoned. And Pantoja, he'll strike with you, but then he's just doing that to take you down. And there's a difference, man. He's fighting out there in a ring, not a cage, you know, and there's different rules implemented into this UFC compared to the Rising promotion that he's fought for out there and over the seas, right, in Japan. So in this one, man, it's gonna be hard for me to go against Pantoja at all. But Kai has power in his hands, man. If he wins, it's probably gonna be by knockout or KO in the first round or second round. But the pick is going to be Alexander Pantoja to win inside the distance in this one. All right, folks, let's go ahead and get it started, man. 2-leg parlay to get you paid, man. Let's go ahead and go with Alexander Pantoja to get it done on the money line. And then we'll take Brian Battle to get it done on the money line. All right, man. Let me know who you guys are betting on this week. Millz Young MMA Locker Room here, part of Pick Dawgz. UFC, bet with me.